Wait, do you think this outfit spoils what I'm about to talk about? Hi there, wrestling lovers, and bienvenidos. Welcome to Plan B, the morning after. And today we are talking about Wrestlemania. Before I get started with my quick recap of what I thought about Wrestlemania, please make sure you go follow me on all my social media at WWE Demon Diva, Instagram and Twitter, same handle. I have some exciting news coming up soon, and I might get back into podcasting. You never know. But for now, I'm keeping it all right here on my YouTube channel. As you have seen, some of my reactions have already been uploaded, but that's not what I'm here about. I want to talk about WrestleMania, my thoughts overall, a quick recap. Before I start, I just want to say I enjoy WrestleMania. I enjoy it every year. I was sad that I wasn't there, but at the same time, at the end, I wasn't upset that I wasn't there because I would have probably fist fight someone. But it felt like WrestleMania, but not really. I don't know how to explain it. Something didn't click. And at one point in the show, and as I recap, maybe I can find where I got lost, where the excitement level just went down. But I liked it. It was great. It had its moments. It had huge moments. But overall, there was something that didn't click. And I think I narrowed it down to how it ended and how the crowd just shit all over the main event. Possibly, and Shinsuke not winning. But his heel turn, at least for me at home, made up for him not winning. I don't know. Let's just talk about it. Alright, so the show kicked off with the pre-show. I did watch it. We kicked off with the Andrew the Giant Battle Royal, and honestly, I love that Matt Hardy won. He was my choice to win. I was afraid because, sometimes we get surprises. Elias was supposed to be on there, but then he wasn't on there. So overall, I was very happy. It was kind of forgettable for me. Maybe it was the excitement or getting ready to, getting to WrestleMania mode. But I love his spot with Matt Hardy, and I love the little interaction that Matt Hardy had with Ty Dillinger. And also, for one slight second, I did think that Baron Corbin was about to become the first ever two-time winner. Freaked me out. But I'm very excited about this new Bray Wyatt. Is he woken? Is he broken? Broken Bray? I don't know what he is, but I'm looking forward to their partnership. What does Jeff Hardy think when he comes back about this? Or are they forming a three-guy thing? I don't know. We need some tag teams, and they need to do something different with Bray, so I am all in. I was happy to see Bray, and I loved it, and I loved the end. I loved that Matt Hardy got something. He had such a huge moment and a huge part of last WrestleMania, so it was cool for him to get another moment at this WrestleMania. The show followed up with, finally, we're going to crown a new Cruiserweight champion. It has been vacant for a very, very long time. It was Mustafa Ali against Cedric Alexander, and I have been very vocal about who I wanted to win this match, and that wish was granted. Congratulations, Cedric Alexander. It was about damn time. I was very excited. They put on a match. The crowd was into it, so I was very happy to see that. Again, fans, on a personal note, we can make the pre-show important if you just sit down and watch it. Instead of bitching about things being put on the pre-show, just sit down and watch it. So, very excited for that. We have a new Cruiserweight champion. Let's see what's going to happen now on 205 Live. After that, we had the first ever Women's Battle Royal. It was Naomi who won it. It was a little bit more about Bayley and Sasha's storyline. I don't remember Becky Lynch being eliminated. I don't remember a lot of things about it. And that makes me sad because I wanted to be more into it. No complaints about the winner. I thought Becky Lynch would win it. I never thought it would come down to Bayley or Sasha, but it was just funny because I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, and I feel bad because I just schooled you about making the pre-show important, but I couldn't get into it. So I was very excited to see some of the NXT girls in there. Peyton Royce, that was awesome. I popped for that. And of course, Naomi. Come on, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with pretty much any of them winning it. So the main show gets started, and how do we open the show? With the Intercontinental title match. I was rooting for Seth Rollins. I wanted Seth Rollins to win. Loved his entrance. Loved the Game of Thrones theme. Also loved the Miz getting the 3D effect thing that they were doing. I wanted to see the Demon Finn Balor, but I liked his outfit and what it represented, so good for him. Seth Rollins is now a Grand Slam champion, and that's everything. Next up, the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte versus Asuka, streak versus title. I was rooting for Charlotte. I always thought that Charlotte should be the one to break that streak. I'm glad they kept them away from each other for a little bit, so Asuka could have a run in the main roster with her streak before it ended. There was a time that I was like, maybe we shouldn't end the streak yet, and I thought that for a second we should go with Carmella inserting herself into the match and having Asuka pin Carmella so that way she didn't beat Charlotte, but the streak continues. But I'm not mad at the result. In my personal opinion, the streak needed to end. Asuka never really, there's sometimes, but she never really wins dominantly. So like, it never looks like she's just that dominant that she cannot be beaten. It almost comes down to how she barely hangs on to that, except for Ember Moon matches, there was a couple times there that I legitimately thought she was about to lose the streak. But other than that, there was just, even Mickie James almost beat the streak, Sasha Banks almost beat the streak. So it's just like, and then you book yourself into a corner. Like, main example, the Mixed Max Challenge. It was not fun anymore after it was made clear that the streak was on the line if the Miz lost. So you already know who was going to win. So it's just like, I felt like, as much as I love Asuka, because I'm a huge Asuka fan, her match stopped being fun. Because you know what was going to happen, the streak continues, another day of Asuka undefeated. You don't even watch, you don't even get so much into it. So, I think the streak went to the right person. Charlotte is the best women's wrestler in the world that there's ever been. So, if she can't beat who the fuck's gonna beat the streak, And then if we just keep it going so that Ronda Rousey can beat it, no. I thought it was great. It was greatly done. I didn't like that Asuka just kind of like, Charlotte was ready and hug it out. I wanted Asuka to become a little more angry about it, but I guess we can have both Asuka and Shinsuke, we will get to that, get angry about losing. So overall, I was happy with this, and so far, the show, in my opinion, was great. Third on the card, which was needed, bathroom break. I needed to grab some pizza, so I didn't pay much attention to this match either, but it was the US title match. It was Jinder Mahal against Rusev, against Bobby Roode, against the person who walked in as US champion, Randy Orton. The match itself, the action in the ring was much better than I anticipated. The result, what the fuck? Jinder Mahal is your new US champion. So, so far we have a new Cruiserweight champion, a new Intercontinental champion, a new US title, a US champion, but the SmackDown Live Women's Championship remain on Charlotte. I don't have much to say about this match. I'm curious to see where we go with this. Next up, tip my hat out to my girl Ronda Rousey. Tip my hat out to every single one. Maybe not Kurt Angle so much, but I thought Stephanie was great. I thought Triple H was great. I thought Ronda was great. If the person that shined the least was Kurt Angle, something went really right here, because Kurt Angle is the master of, wrestling. I loved everything about this match. I love Ronda's entrance. I loved her gear, wearing the kilt, wearing the jacket, the shirt. She looked hot. She looked so fucking hot. It was so weird to see her with the boots. I'm so used to seeing her perform barefoot. I have to give so major props to Stephanie McMahon, who looked like she trained and she was preparing to fight Ronda Rousey, and she knew what Ronda was going to throw at her, and she was prepared to counter when she was like avoiding the armbar. I actually liked it. There was a point that she escaped one that I was like, okay, that's a little unrealistic, but not so much. There was a little bit of intergender thing going on there with is that the word, intergender? Yeah, where Triple H and Ronda and Kurt Angle like interacting, the guys with the girls, and I did not mind it. I didn't think it looked bad. Except for when Triple H was about ready to pedigree Ronda Rousey. She looked so little next to him, and I was like, oh god, he's gonna break her. Ronda got the win. I love seeing the positive reaction to Ronda Rousey online. I have been defending Ronda. This gear is from Ronda's UFC days. That's how long I have been following up this woman. She's a trailblazer and she's a star. The only thing that Ronda Rousey might not do right is handle her losses. And yesterday she said that she's glad that she had those losses because it led her to this. So the thing with Ronda is she moves on from things when something else comes along. So, you know, she said it before. She couldn't move on from losing the judo championships because until she got into MMA and started fighting and started winning there. That's just, she's a winner and she needs to win. And now she's winning and she's shining and she looks so good, so sharp in that ring. And I am just so proud of her. Go watch my reaction. I'm gonna link it right here. I'm just so happy for her. I cannot wait to see what she does next. She's a star. Possibly one of the greatest in-ring debuts ever, especially for somebody who's not a wrestler. So, I mean, this match is probably the highlight of my night. Next up, in a tricky spot, because I was so high from the Ronda Rousey win with Kurt Angle, it was the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. The Bludgeon Brothers won, which we knew it was coming. I just wish the Usos would have retained just because they haven't had a WrestleMania moment, but I'm glad to see them in the main card. I don't have much to say because overall I was too busy tweeting and being excited about what I had just witnessed before. So card placement didn't help them, but somebody had to go and follow up that. So there's that. Next up, John Cena comes out and then Elias comes out. I'm glad that Elias had a nice spot on the card because I didn't see him in the Enter the Giant Battle Royal, so I thought for a second, is he gonna be Braun's partner, you know? And then when I saw him there, I thought for a second, maybe Taker's not showing up. So everybody knows I have been very against Undertaker showing up, probably because I was there last year and I wanted to keep saying that I was there for his last match, but after Cena kicked Elias' ass and the signs started happening, I was very excited to see Undertaker. When the gong went off, I popped. It was awesome. I can see why they didn't advertise it, but I'm glad that that's my memory of Taker now, and not him retiring and not tears after a crappy match. That was great, and props to John Cena for, again, you know, yeah, I'm saying this, don't at me, okay? But props to John Cena for once again. It's almost like a non-selfish thing. Like, he got squashed by The Undertaker at WrestleMania, you know, and the year before they had a mixed match, and then he proposed, which is a huge moment for him personally, but not, like, he didn't go out there and, like, win a championship or something like that, you know. So, John Cena has been very, very, very different. He's been losing. He's been showing up to lose, and I'm not used to that, and I'm still gonna say that he sucks, but I want to give him props for taking one of my childhood heroes and making my possible last memory about him. If it is the last, we never know with Taker, but I'm glad that this is how I remember Taker. The excitement, is he going to show up, the gong, the special effects, everything worked for me. And that is actually, as much as I hate to admit it, and as much as I hate to say they were right, I rather remember Taker this way than how I left him last year. So thank you, Cena, Taker. You're still one of my favorites. You always will be. For that, we had the return of Daniel Bryan. So good. The entrance was a little weird, but I love the compilation of people doing the yes chants. He was getting so emotional. I was getting emotional. That was a beautiful moment. But then Kevin Owens' music hit, and I remember how much I also love Kevin Owens. Until Daniel Bryan got that hot tag. I was personally rooting for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just because I think they're part of, if not the only reason why I still watch SmackDown. So with them not being there, just makes you wonder, they're gonna go to Raw, how are we gonna get away with this? But ultimately, I knew as soon as they announced that it was going to be Daniel Bryan, that Daniel Bryan was not about to lose his first match back. So I'm curious, is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going to show up on Raw? Are we going to have some kind of stipulation again moving forward? I don't know, but welcome back, Daniel Bryan. I'm happy to have you back. I've said it a bunch of times, I was not a big Daniel Bryan fan before. I knew he kicked ass, I knew he was great at wrestling, but I feel like I took him for granted. And you know how they say you never know what you have until you lose it? Well, I lost it, and I got it back. So I have promised to myself to never ever take Daniel Bryan for granted again, and I'm excited to go on a new adventure with Daniel Bryan as a new fan. You know, it's awesome. That was awesome. Is that where the show started losing me? Possibly. Because after that was Alexa Bliss against Nia Jax. Now, I've said it before on my periscopes and all that, that is the one match that I could not seem to get into. Like, I kept thinking to myself, I should be more into this, but I'm not, especially because of the storyline and the body shaming, and it's all wrong, blah, blah, blah. But because of that, I also know politically correct, they needed to go with Nia Jax, and I wish that wasn't the reason why. They should have gone with Nia Jax because she's a big, powerful force, and she dominates, and she should have won this title a long time ago. And I knew that it was time that we had to do it now, otherwise you're done with her. What else are you gonna do? So when she came out and she attacked Mickie James, I loved that. But then I thought that the match lasted a little too long. I expected it to be a squash match. But ultimately, Nia Jax won, and yay, but I don't know if maybe even just already going into it, I wasn't there with that match yet because I was so invested into Asuka and Charlotte. But overall, congratulations, Nia Jax. She got a WrestleMania moment, and that's awesome. After that came the second match that I was looking forward to the most, if not, well, actually the one that I was looking forward to the most, which was Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles. Now, I have been very open about how I love both of these guys, but I did want Shinsuke to win. I wanted him to get his big WrestleMania moment. Loved the entrance. The match never took off, and the match never got to the level I expected it to. Now, don't at me. I didn't expect a Wrestle Kingdom Part 2. I didn't expect that. But I expected more, and it felt like they just stayed on first base. Okay? Like, it was just foreplay. And then it was time to go home. I don't know what happened. AJ retained. As soon as he positioned him for the Styles Clash, I personally knew it was over. I am curious about what's going to happen because after that we had Shinsuke Nakamura heel turn. I love the fact that he couldn't take the fact that I said fact too many times. I love the fact that I say fact 3 times in a sentence. No, I love the fact that he couldn't take losing and turn heel and went evil. And I'm ready to see what evil Shinsuke wins. But if we don't put a title on him soon, I'm worried. Again, I don't know if it was the exhaustion from watching wrestling so much. I was still mentally drained from NXT last night because it was so fucking good, but the night before. But then, as soon as I saw the position in the car where the Braun and the bar thing got put in, I already knew that this was my time to take a mental break. And I was already so worried about the main event. As soon as Shinsuke and AJ came out, I was already mentally so worried about Roman and Brock being the main event and the crowd shitting all over it, that I don't know that I could get into this as much as I could, or maybe if I would have not thought about that, I would have not found it cringe-worthy myself. I didn't like it. I didn't like the Braun Strowman thing. And I know that if I was a child, if it was Madison, if it was one of my nephews that got picked, I would have probably popped, but it wasn't. It was one of the referee's kids, so it wasn't even like a real kid that got to live a dream. Sorry for the shade. But I just didn't like it, you know. I originally thought they should just let him win it by himself, and I think that would have been more efficient. Game for a good laugh and good tweets and funny shit, but I just thought it was a joke. And you know, I'm not a Braun fan, so I'm not here to defend him. I don't care what they do with him, but as much as people want to see Braun in the main event, this should show you that he's not really taken seriously. And I'm curious to know what they're gonna do tonight. They're gonna make him find a real partner? Is he gonna have to relinquish the titles? Like, what's gonna happen tonight? I don't know. My phone is ringing, and now you guys all know that Glorious is my ringtone. But yeah, I think that between Shinsuke losing, which, like I said, the heel turn made me curious, but between Shinsuke losing, then this, you know, we all speculated so much about who his partner was gonna be. Is it gonna be a returning superstar? You know, are we gonna shake up the tag team scene, like seeing Bray and Matt Hardy working together? Then I'm thinking, oh my God, Braun's gonna get a real partner. Now the tag team division is going to shake up, and then it just turned into a little joke and a WrestleMania moment, yes, but I just wasn't into it, and I'm sorry. I know that people were into it, and good for you if you were. I've never been into Braun for my own defense, so I don't think that anything that he would have done, unless he brought somebody that I really loved out to tag with him, would have really gotten me into this. But this was extreme, and I just felt like it was comedic, you know. whatever. If it was it, Braun and Nicholas are the new tag team champions, and now we move on to the main event. Now, you see, I've been waiting for this rematch since WrestleMania 31, since Seth cashed in, and we never found out who would win the match. I was very torn because I love both Roman and Brock, and I was very upset at everything that went on crowd-wise. I feel like you shouldn't be that fan. Don't be that fan. Get up and leave. If I was there and what was put last was something that I absolutely could not stomach, get up and leave. You know why? Because what if I took a little kid with me who Roman is their hero? Now they're getting bullied by adults, because I've seen it happen where kids are getting now bullied by adults because they like Roman Reigns. I will never forget walking around, and my nephew, he's grown. He was a teenager when we went to our first WrestleMania, but he was wearing a Roman Reigns shirt for WrestleMania 32, and he got booed by grown men, and I looked at him like, that's just pathetic. Okay, so why are you that fan, that grown fan, that's ruining the experience for people who travel and pay thousands of dollars to be there, to take their kids to WrestleMania? Why are you doing that? You know, I know not everybody loves Brock. I love Brock, so that pissed me off too. But WrestleMania is different. WrestleMania, you have people from all over the world. Sometimes it's their first time in the fucking country, and they're coming here to see WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns might be their favorite wrestler, and you just ruined their first WrestleMania, their first main event, a weekend that should be epic in every single fucking proportion, ruined because of a bunch of grown people that don't like the main event. Get up and go. Just leave. That's what I would have done personally, and I'm not just saying that. It was ruined for me, and I liked the match, and I need to rewatch it, and I need to do it on fucking mute because I was pissed off at the crowd. I kept saying, just get up and go. I feel like the match was a brawl, like all out brawl, and it reminded me of a better version of Goldberg versus Brock. Two big guys, beasts that need to put each other out and can't, even giving it the best they got. And Brock fucking cut him open the hard way, and he was fucking bleeding, and the crowd is just shitting all over that. Like, I get it, but not at WrestleMania, and not like that. Like, this dude is like, he hasn't done. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed to be a wrestling fan. I'm so disappointed not to be a wrestling fan because it's my passion, it's what I love, but I'm so disappointed in the way that some people handle it and take it and react it. And it's not Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar's fault where they put him in the card. They can just go out there and do what they can. And they did. And he had fucking blood dripping. His family's watching him first row. His kids and other kids who absolutely love him. At the same time, I don't know why we put them on last. I personally would have had Ronda and Kurt Angle close the show. Shinsuke and AJ, because I don't know because I would have also ended on a what the fuck moment. But Asuka and Charlotte, I don't know. They need to stop letting Roman close WrestleManias, because I'm tired of WrestleManias ending in such a sad note. And that was one of the first time in the night that I was like, you know what, I'm glad I missed it. And if you guys remember, a couple of days ago I was heartbroken that I had to miss it, because I've been going to so many in a row, and I didn't want to miss this one. I wanted to be there, and this was the second match that I was looking forward to the most. And in my heart, I wanted Brock to win, because you guys know Brock is my favorite. My head kept telling me they're not gonna do that, just be ready for Brock to lose. So when Brock retained, I was so excited, but I couldn't be, because it just I don't know. So overall, the peak of the show for me was Ronda Rousey getting that win in that match. I love Charlotte beating the streak. I loved seeing Seth Rollins become the new Intercontinental Champion. I love seeing Daniel Bryan return. And I love seeing Cedric Alexander become the new Cruiserweight Champion. things that I'm curious about is what's gonna happen with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. What's gonna happen with Brock Lesnar? What's going to happen with Braun? You know, things that I hated and could have done without. Obviously, the way that the crowd reacted, because I liked the match and I liked how it ended, the main event. Gender. I wish the Usos would have won, but just because to give them the WrestleMania moment, I knew the Bludgeon Brothers, whatever, the fucking Wyatts moment was coming. So, you know, overall, I enjoy WrestleMania. It's great. I look forward to it every year, and there was a couple of things that didn't click, but in an overall standpoint, I loved it, and I wish everybody would have, and I wish everybody that was there would have too. So that's that. So that's it, guys. That is my quick WrestleMania 34 recap. The morning after, Plan B for WrestleMania. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I am this close to getting to 500. So let's see if we can get that, make that happen. So, alright guys, we'll see what happens tonight on Raw. Bye.